Hi, in this video, I want to talk about my personal experience with my crystal skull, Ninja, and how I finally connected with it and got to hear about how it has been assisting me in my life. You know, there's a lot of information about crystal skulls and crystal skull consciousness on the internet, even here on YouTube, but I think that personal experiences are also a very effective way of communicating consciousness. So I'm going to keep this to my personal experience. I know there's a lot of people out there who are afraid of crystal skulls because of the old programming that has always been going on and how crystal skulls have been depicted in movies ever since we were young. I'm also one of the people who was really afraid of skulls because of the religious programming and just the many things I saw about how crystal skulls were used. But come on, people, look, we have skulls. Most of those skulls look just like us, just look like our skulls. So sometimes, you know, after you have opened your eyes to the truth about many things, then you begin to wonder why you're even afraid of certain things. You know, what's this all about? Right? What's this all about? I was one of those people who was afraid of skulls because of my religious programming. But with all the inner work and everything that I had been doing to release fear out of my life, one day I just finally found that skulls were okay with me. They really were okay with me. And so I finally bought this Nuummite Crystal Skull. It's called Ninja. Doesn't it look like ninja? Warrior, strong, yeah? So I bought Ninja and I brought it home. And for a long time, I just had no connection with it. I just wanted to see what's this thing they always say about crystal skulls. So when I brought it home, it took me at least a year and a half to even feel anything from Ninja. There was absolutely no connection, absolutely no communication, until one day it brought forth a very powerful message to me through a meditation experience that completely shifted something major in my life. I want to say that crystal skulls work on the thought process. They work with the mind. Just like we have crystals that work on the emotions, crystal skulls are all mental. As you can see, the brain power, you know, they are all mental. They work with the thoughts, those mindsets that we have, those thought constructs that hold us so firmly that sometimes we can't shift. That is the stronghold of crystal skulls, and they are thought transmuters. They can eliminate those thoughts that hold you back just like that. That was my experience with Ninja, my crystal skull. One day, as I was meditating with my crystal skull Ninja, I went into an experience, and I knew at that point, within that meditation experience, that something had ended. A thought pattern had been dissolved. It had been obliterated. It had come to an end. And any thoughts that I was holding in my conscious or subconscious mind with regard to that specific thought construct was no longer going to be able to influence my life. I understood very clearly that the ending of a thought process that had been holding me hostage, a thought process that no longer served me, had come to an end. And it came to an end like that, just like that. I completely understood it. It was very clear. And I knew that that crystal skull had effectively enabled this thing to come to an end. It was such an exciting meditation because I also understood one thing. It became very clear to me, you know, sometimes when you're in a meditation process, things open up to you. It became clear to me that these crystal skulls, or this crystal skull that I was working with for that particular experience, was making it very clear that this thought process had not just been removed just like that, but it had been removed because I had reached a point in my own personal life where I really wanted to eliminate that thought process. So I had come to the point where it was the end of the matter for me, but I had been struggling with how to let it go. So the crystal skull came in because I had already done the work and I was ready to release the process. So I understood really that when you're working with these crystal skulls, when you have reached the conclusion of the matter in your own personal life and you have no more energy and it's done, the crystal skull can come in through its consciousness and through the structure of the mind, because you know shapes always mean something. So the crystal skull comes in and helps to get rid of those thought patterns that no longer serve us. Then you just find that, you know, in life, you're no longer interested in certain things that you are interested in. You cannot create things that no longer serve you because the mother load, you know, is gone. The main structure that held that thought process, that allowed you to create things, you know, subconsciously and to keep going into patterns that no longer served you, is gone. You know, thoughts create our reality. And of course, thoughts mixed with emotions have a lot to do with it. But for the most part, thoughts create reality. So when the motherboard is gone, there's nothing for that thought process that no longer serves you to stand on. So I realized that the crystal skull, my crystal skull ninja, assisted me in clearing a big, huge thing that truly set me free mentally. These crystal skulls, as I said before, they work on the thoughts, they work on the brain, they don't work on emotions like other crystals. So if you're one of the people who are struggling with releasing some mental thoughts, perhaps you might try working with a crystal skull. Crystal skulls are awesome. They work on the psychic senses, obviously. Anything to do with the eyes, anything to do with the nose, anything to do with the mouth, anything to do with the brain. Crystal skulls, I tell you, shapes just speak volumes. So anyway, let me know how you're working with your crystal skulls. If you're a crystal skull lover, let me know your personal experiences. And of course, I want to recommend a very good book. Hold on, let me get it. This book here. There's a book here, Crystal Skulls by Jaap van Eeten, PhD. It's an awesome book for crystal skull lovers. Very good practical information. I tell you, you'll even get an activation reading this book. I love this author so much. And do let me know if you're a crystal skull lover. Don't miss out on crystal skulls just because you're afraid. This is a no fear zone. Everything is here to assist us, and it's all about love. I love you guys so much. Ninja and I send our love, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Bye.